De la right, my MVVs, welcome. Royal privileges taken away from the Oloris allegedly. It's been rumored that, 48 hours has elapsed since the Ooni of Ife gave them 48 hours to vacate the palace. And now, because 48 hours has elapsed, the Ooni of Ife has decided to take an action that is causing a lot of wahala in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. They allege that the Ooni of Ife has taken away all the royal privileges that the wives had before. Privileges like entering the chambers of the Ooni of Ife. Now they said he took away those privileges from some of the Oloris before, but reinstated it because of the fact that the Alake of Egbaland came and spoke about peace and all of that. But after which, when the elders, I think that this whole thing, the elders are also, if everything we are hearing is the truth, it therefore means that the elders are also part of the biggest confusion in the palace, because they were the ones who now came up with this brilliant, very absolutely brilliant proposition that the Ooni of Ife should demolish the Ayaba quarters and make it into a befitting quarters for his Olori, so they can be around the royal estate and also see their husband when they would want. And they said that suggestion did go well with the Ooni of Ife, who was very, very upset over their suggestion. And then because of the fact that he thought that these women were still pressing buttons left, right, and center to ensure that his decision does not stand, they said that he decided to give them 48 hours to vacate the quarters into the provision that he has made for them. And now 48 hours is said to have elapsed, and they are still in the palace. He decided to take action. The next course of action he has taken, from what we are hearing allegedly, as it is rumored, is that he has decided to take his royal privileges from them. Now, privileges like entering his chambers, privileges like dropping some of the royal maidens that were attached to them, the ayabas that were attached to them, privileges like, the royal luxury vehicles that used to take some of them around, privileges like the bodyguard that used to take them around, privileges like the royal chauffeurs, that they have dropped them as well. Now, before now we have heard that the Oloris had their own personal chauffeurs taking them around, but at some point we also heard another rumor that these chauffeurs were beginning to be used as the Oloris foot soldiers, that they will send, go here, go to Ijebu, go here, and do that. And so when report got to the Ooni of Ife that some of the havoc that were being created at the time were created by some of their personal chauffeurs, Oni decided to do away with their personal chauffeurs and got an organization to get chauffeurs for the Oloris, for his queen, for his beautiful queens. And now these chauffeurs have been the one taking them from one point to the other, because they are answerable to the to the Ooni of Ife, not directly organizations that are running logistics for the Ooni of Ife. These chauffeurs are answerable to them. And that way it gives Ooni of Ife some level of control, and that was what they did. But right now, as we are hearing, they say all of those privileges have been taken away. And this is not going to be the first time we are hearing that royal privileges have been taken away. But it was, they said before now, it was just few privileges that were taken, but right now every one has been taken away. And that is making the Oloris very, very uncomfortable. We've heard that they have cried a lot, cried so much, and that they've been so frustrated over what has happened right now, and they are begging the Ooni of Ife to temper justice and mercy, that it's not fair for them to be treated that way, that it's not them that do not want Naomi, it's Naomi who do not want them, that they are ready to walk in oneness with Naomi, walk in peace with Olori Naomi. They are open to receiving Naomi back into the palace of the Ooni of Ife, because they have seen that there's absolutely nothing they can do to truncate this situation situation, that Naomi should return back. They will love and they will treat Naomi with care. Whatever distinction the Ooni of Ife want to create between them and Olori Naomi, they are ready to go by it and walk by the dictates of the king. But then again, Ooni of Ife should understand that he married all of them. They have the right to enjoy everything together. Now, we have heard a lot of great things about the Ooni of Ife, that the Ooni of Ife is a very considerate king. We have had time and time again that Ooni of Ife is not in the habit of throwing his wives outside. The first woman that left, is it Bantata? I keep forgetting that name. I don't know if that's Diola's mother and all of that. It wasn't Ooni of Ife who sent her away. Ogurola left on her own as well, even though eventually, because she comes from a traditional royal family, they had to make Ooni of Ife to do what he needed to do at the time, as fast as possible, because they wanted their daughter to have a life. And then again, when Olori Naomi, a beautiful Olori Naomi, left, we are all aware that Naomi left on her own, even though, we have heard from so many people that she was actually pushed out of the palace with, spiritually. So Ooni of Ife is not known to be a man who is aggressive with women. Ooni of Ife is not known to be a man who is disrespectful towards women. As a matter of fact, he understands women. He knows that women can be very manipulative, and he understands how to deal with women. But then again, this situation is something that may have given him sleepless night and making him feel like he needs to do what he needs to do to fix this situation. Now, they say the Oloris are not really understanding what's going on with Ooni of Ife and Olori Naomi, why they are so closely knitted together. But a lot of people have come out to tell them that the bond between Olori Naomi and and the Ooni of Ife is spiritual, because we have had lots of prophecies, seers coming from all walks of life, telling them how their destiny is knitted together, that they're supposed to make this destiny together, the journey is supposed to be together. Oni must not let Naomi go and all of that. So right now, they said because the Loris are being very stubborn, they are not ready to leave the palace. We've heard that the Oni of Ife has decided that the 48 hours have elapsed, so they are taking away all the royal privileges. That is not. The wives are really, really unhappy. And they said that he's making a very serious arrangement to ensure that they leave the palace and leave the palace for good. So is this going to turn well for the Oni of Ife or not? That would depend on how this is handled. It's a good thing that Oni of Ife is taking it one step at a time, because Oni of Ife is a father to all. It is seen that if something like this would happen, Oni will fix it and not to scatter it. So what we are hearing is that the reason why it is looking as if he's not making decision when he's supposed to make decision is because of the fact that he is a father. There are stuff that are expected of him and stuff that are not expected of him. I'm going to bring you more update. I will appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.